on tonight. Hey cuties, waiting for the queen. We're gonna go live now. We're just doing like a test. And then we're gonna go live properly at 8. Or just go live from now, I don't know, either or. See which one happens first. Hey cuties. I'm in the garage. Cause I can make noise here. Oh wait, I'm coming now. Callie. Hey angels. Okay. Queen. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we on. We are on. Hey. Queen. Hey. Hello, my
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good. I love the everything.
Oh wait, I cut my hair today. Like I've never cut my hair. Like, oh, actually, I don't like
No,
that.
it
Hold
looks so
on.
good. It's a bald bitch link up. Like, hello. Let me
Oh
get
wait,
involved with my bald headed ass.
sorry,
Let me.
it's fucked up. I'm like, shit. I don't know what else I'm gonna do, but okay. But I'm good otherwise. How's your quarantine been?
Could you speak louder?
Oh wait, that's cool. Maybe I'll just. I just talk a bit. Oh, I love. Wait, babe, I can't hear you for some reason. No. Wait, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Yeah. You can't hear. Okay, wait. I'm gonna click out and then we go in. Okay. Can you hear me? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, she got it. Ooh, my girl can speak sign language. Okay. Here we go.
Cool. Are we back?
Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Okay, I got you. Perfect. It's so good to see you back. How are you doing?
Me too. I've been doing alright. I'm back at my crib, my palace now. So it's been nice, kind of just being back in my own space.
Oh, wait.
And it was nice being at home though, nice seeing family, nice chilling, nice just keying, having a cute time. Yeah, I'm glad to be here. I'm alright. Just kind of the uncertainty of like everything's driving me crazy, but I'm also, we got this. How you
Yeah,
doing?
I'm like, there's like two parts of me. There's like a part that's like, okay, we are definitely gonna come over this. We are definitely gonna overcome all this mess. But like the due date of when we overcome it is like we don't know.
Honestly.
So that's where I'm like a bit in and out, but I'm still like pushing. I'm still like, you know, like I
And
think we couldn't come this far to like just drop the ball. Do you know what I mean?
no, of course, but it's also just like it's some scary shit. Like I don't know. I I know for myself, I haven't been in a pandemic. Like I've never been in that shit. So I'm just like, I don't know how to prepare for the shit. I don't know the 411. I don't know the T of all this shit. Like, I've never been to pandemia school.
Oh
Um,
man.
so it's just that kind of thing. And also it's like, I mean, I'm glad that, the whole world is kind of in on this together and we can like world stuff at the same time. But it's also
Yeah.
like, damn, bitch. Like, yeah.
Fuck.
I
No, it's crazy because it's like everybody's doing it. Like we're all at home. That's the weird part. And I somehow feel like I'm in Wally, except for like, like we're not floating on those weird like computer chair things. Do you know what I mean? Like I kind of feel like we're on the spaceship and we all like someone's just telling us to stay at home
No,
and now
honestly,
we're driving.
honestly. And it's like, it's good and all. And I mean, I definitely, there are some things which I've learned and taken away from this, like not ordering out, cooking for myself,
What you been
eating with
cooking?
family. um, not like having to like cut down on snacks and shit. But it's also like the learning is good and all, but it's also like I don't know, just the what the fuck, the when the fuckness of it all is kind of just like the big one for me because I'm just like,
How how
well,
long
damn,
am I gonna learn for?
people are talking about like, oh, see you cuties in September, October. I'm like, bitch, like, no.
September.
Too much.
Babe, I feel like I forget how to walk by then. Like, does this
I'll
mean,
forget how to suck dick.
bitch?
Imagine.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about because literally, like, okay, I haven't had D for like I think 21 days before the lockdown. So now I'm not gonna have
She's
D
bragging.
21
Okay.
days plus this
She's
and
bragging, everyone.
him. Bitch, that shit's gonna grow back.
The twat, the little, the
The
busy walls are
bus.
gonna
She's
slowly
gonna,
but surely.
she's gonna grow back like this.
It's turn back time, some shit like that. You see, the girls agree. Everyone's saying me too. Pussy and bussy walls are lined up. This is how much Corona wanted. Asexual. It's the asexual girl summer.
No,
Yes.
I'm not believing anything any guy says to me during this time until I get out and I see it in person. Because what? They might just do the same shit for billions
Queasy.
of years. Just look
Queasy.
at us. You said it so perfectly. You said it so perfectly. You were like, I feel like I'm in a museum
Mm-hmm.
and guys just are just looking and they're not taking the piece of artwork and putting it in their house.
Sorry, but that's just being queer in Cape Town, and I think especially like being the raw, the raw girls, and especially when sorry, especially when people aren't always that used to it or seeing it so like raw. I don't know if there's a better word to use, but raw. Um, and that thing. But you know what? It's like let the people talk in the DMs. The DMs are a place for people to meet, for ceremonies to happen, weddings, graduations. So let the talking happen.
Pregnant
Moisturize
abroad.
the ego. What you say?
Pregnant abroad.
Exactly. Moisturize the ego. Moisturize the everything. But let's see when the streets open, what the fuck is happening.
Ooh, girl.
Cause that,
I,
cause that, that's the real decider. When we're all drunk outside yours truly, sipping on that wine.
for the boys. Oh, I can't wait for that. I know. I feel like I'm maybe like also in a we in chrysalis. So when we do come out, it's gonna be like, you know, maybe. So I wanted to ask you, I want you to ask you, everybody that's watching, this is Queenlohaanda, creative director, musician, DJ, artist, model, supermodel. Yeah.
Daughter can just, yeah.
So I'd like to know from you, how did you get into DJing, and like what inspired you? Why did you start? What do you like about it?
Okay, me and DJing with Parasite Hilton. Basically, it started with, how did it start? There was the Anything Goes party. What is this, like 2017? Um, yeah, 2017. And I remember Nash wanted Daniel and I to DJ, but we had no idea how to do that shit. I mean, I feel like I still don't pretty much have an idea how to do that shit. But it's very much like, okay, cool. So I remember meeting with Nash once, and then he showed me for like an hour on his laptop, and I feel like that's been the only lesson of DJing I've had, like that hour since
Oh
then.
wow.
But it was just getting to the club and like selecting songs with Daniel that, like, like I love and that we love, and we're like, we know the club's gonna feel something,
Yeah.
So it's just of like selecting songs and like the energy, and then also when we started playing the music and like just seeing the crowd's reaction and that buzz, I don't know, it just gave me that buzz. I felt like, I don't know, had I done MD at that stage? I don't know. I don't think I've done MD yet. I feel like that's what MD would have felt like. Just that
You would
buzz.
have been
Hi,
like,
Stella. Hey, hi, everyone. Hi, Kelly. Just the buzz of like being on that like platform and like DJing and stuff. And that's my first time, and I really enjoyed it. And then it didn't happen for a while after, until Alex started asking me to play. Oh, this is such a shit joint. Sorry.
oh, it's fine. Oh, at least
Sorry.
you're out. I'm
Shit
out,
joints.
bro.
Sitting on your couch.
I am sober.
um, and then yeah, Alex started asking me, and that over time, I think in the past, let's say year or so, it's definitely grown more in terms of like the consistency of DJing, and also kind of my confidence with it, because then when Daniel left, it was becoming like it was me just doing things alone, and it started off as Parasite Hilton and Nicole Bitchy, kind of the Paris and Nicole kind of thing. So that's where it started, and then with Daniel leaving, it was kind of like, okay. I mean, that's the one thing I will say. I was and have very much had been bossy boost with DJing. I
You were
hate
like,
it,
press
but
press this button, bitch.
it's the stress. It's the stress of like it fucking up and it's out of my control, and I don't know. It's the bossy boots in me just jumps out. So
Yeah.
when it became me doing it alone, I was a bit nervous at first. I won't lie, but it was also a thing of like the crowd reaction helped a lot, and that's what I really appreciated. And also I was like, what would I be doing if I was hearing like this bop playing in the club? I'd be dancing to it. So it very much became natural like that. And it's just kind of, I don't know, grown over time, as with a lot of things in life have, which I'm appreciative of. Um, yeah, I feel like I answered the question in a very long way, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's
no, it's perfect. I love your energy while you're DJing. You like definitely have a way of like for me I feel like I don't feel like it's always about mixing. I feel like it's about the music you play and the energy you bring. Like, I mean, mixing does play a part to it. Shout out to DJs who mix well, but that's not me. And you play the track, you play like full tracks, but it's liquor. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's kind of like we chilling in like an apartment or something, and we playing music for our friends. That's the vibe I get from you when I see DJ.
no,
And
definitely.
I think
Yeah.
that's a new wave of DJing. I feel like people are defining music how they want to. It's not like we don't have to go through like the strict rules of like, you know, you have to
No,
fucking
exactly.
like,
And I feel like that's also like, it's like in one way, I definitely will learn how to mix, just so I don't have to transition from like this song to that song in the middle of like, the club popping their pussy to a track. But on the other, also like I feel what I want to show, and what very much is a lot of like a big part of me is doing things like even if you don't have experience in it, just doing things because you enjoy it and like learning along the way and doing it your own way, you know? Because I won't like let's say call myself a DJ who's gonna play like boiler room festivals, but it's like I'm still playing it in club, you know, kind of just doing it my own way, and that's what I feel like life and a lot of like everything is about, just doing it your own way, doing your own route, you know.
Babe, you'd be surprised. You might just get a boiler room.
True,
Because
fella.
when I did my boiler room, I was like fucking shocked that they asked me because like my mixing's not the best, but I feel like I'm strong in my song selection. So like, and I think
Exactly.
that's what the people saw. And even when I did do my boiler room set, if you see like my mixing's like out of the no, it's not existent. But I still like partied on. I still did my thing. I still like. So I feel like yeah, I really love.
And that's what it's about. It's about showcasing yourself. You know, it's like people will hear. Let me think of a song that always terrorizes me at the club. Antidotes, or they'll hear Goosebumps. Let's put Goosebumps. Like you know, people will hear Goosebumps, and it doesn't matter what DJ it's from. They will still love it. But what matters is how the DJ's like giving it to the audience. You know, it's like here's Goosebumps, and everyone's gonna be like, oh, okay, we've had this shit already. But if it's here's goosebumps, then everyone's like, eat it up.
They love it. They love it.
Exactly.
Oh my god, that's funny. I want you to know, what, how did you? Are you creative directing? You creative directing?
Yes.
You are. Tell me a bit about that. And like, was it always your dream to be a creative director?
Well, bitch, I couldn't even like I don't know. I didn't. That's the thing. I feel like I've been very lucky in that like a lot of things have I don't know, happened at the right time, if I can say it, in terms of like when it hits me in life. Like this job is basically I'm part of a brand, and it's like very much like an Ackerman's type, but there's no kids clothing. It's only the gender clothing, so men and women, and it's
Yeah.
like the brand is called Dunn's Clothing, and they're part of like Refinery, and basically it's clothing to people in like Gugulethu and Kailicha, and in like um the Cape Flats and the malls there. It caters to people who don't have like such a good income, but it's good quality clothing.
Okay.
And basically, us just hit me up, and he was like, "Listen, I have this job position I have available for you. I've seen your shit. I think I like what you're doing, and I feel like it's important for our team to also have some sort of diversity. I feel like there's a lot of white people on the team, but it's Cape Town, so you
Yeah.
know, Cape Town, creative job in Cape Town. That's a creative team in Cape Town. White. That
Cape
is
Town.
it.
What color is Cape Town? White.
Exactly. Exactly. Honestly. Um. anyways.
Hey.
anyways.
Shout out to all my white girls in Cape Town.
Shout out to the good whites. Mwah, love you.
The good one. We
So,
love you guys.
so basically, what it entailed was just I mean, I only had fucking one time of doing it until Miss Corona knocked on the but basically, I just had to be there on set and just kind of go through the photos and go through the brief that the client wants and just make sure that it's happening according to the brief, but also add my own creative eye in terms of what I like, what I want the model to do. And then afterwards, I have to kind of
Wow.
plan how it looks on social media. So it's very much something that I
Oh,
never
wow,
thought
that's cool.
about directing, you know. But the fact that I've been able
Yeah,
to, it's another opportunity which I'm appreciative for and thankful for, you know.
yeah.
Sorry, give me
I think
a
this is
call.
amazing. I'm super proud, super happy for you. Because
Magaziwe,
like, because like,
Zochaya.
pardon?
Sorry, I'm back.
Oh,
I just had to
I.
pull it to smoke.
Wait, what did you say now?
I called Magaziwe Zochaya, which means Magaziwe, come smoke.
Yes, come, mama. um, I wanted to say, like, I'm super proud of you for this art directing gig. I think it's like it's just preparing you for like what's to come in the future for sure. You know what I mean? Because like just seeing your images and like your creativity like on Instagram and like with your stories and your photography, I think it's like a must that it must happen. It like it's your God's will. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I
Well,
really love that.
I appreciate that, you know, and I appreciate the support always. And yeah, I feel like it's also, I don't know, it's once again just showcasing that like you don't have to have experience. You don't have to, you know,
Have
have
a
gone to
degree.
the shit. You don't, like with DJing, you know, like with modeling, like with all that. You don't have to have the experience and have the backing that so many others had. You can literally just do yourself and yeah.
You hear that, kids? You can make up your own shit.
Here,
It's
here in the 1920s,
better.
I
I
feel like
feel like shit works out when you make it up. I don't know. So I want to know, what is the most useful personality trait that you have?
the most useful personality trait that I have. Okay. I think that I can talk to people quite easily, which I think just helps with a lot of situations. Um, sorry, my my housemate's choking on the blunt. Sorry.
Is that your heart beating?
It's the bullshit. Anyway, okay, I'm getting dragged in the background. Sorry about this. We're gonna have to edit this part out, Queezy. Just ignore the drags in the background.
No, no, that's not funny. I thought you were talking to yourself, looking up at the ceiling from the J. I'm like, oh, are you okay? Okay.
34 days.
Gonna have
It's been
a bit,
rough. I
gonna have a little.
Oh God. But that and I definitely think the fact that I don't know with my life and stuff. But actually, with my life and stuff, I've met a lot of people. I've been exposed to many different cultures through family, through friends, through growing up, through environments, through people I've interacted with in different stages of my life. And I think what that's allowed for me is for me to understand people and really kind of get to know people and read people well.
Yeah.
Um, in terms of like kind of understanding what kind of person someone is and all that, which I think definitely has played a huge favor in my a huge role in my favor. Sorry, the weed is kicking, so I feel like
I'm like, this bitch can read a bitch.
a lot of lights up, and then I'll be back.
That face. I
Read in
love
both
that.
ways. Yeah, that I can understand people because I feel like that has allowed me to I don't know, maybe find myself. Yes, I will say that. Find myself. And I think especially for example, I'm gonna give an example of like my white or boys school, you know? Where it's like you stand out so much as a black queer femme person and in one way it's so shit, but in another way it's also a way to find yourself because I'm not gonna be like anything that they ever were, you know? I'm never gonna be white, I'm never gonna be access with privilege, I'm never gonna be blah 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 so many things. So I feel like that it helped me find myself and be like locate who I was, as I would say was, you know, being older now and being in university and all of those things. So it's just like a bunch of different things which have led to the same thing of fuck, I'm losing my train of thought, but like
No,
of me
basically that you're a bad bitch. She grew up to be a bad bitch.
period. I'm still growing, so I'm excited to see what more shit I can do.
I know. It is crazy when you get older, like I don't know, I feel like this time in my life, I feel like I don't know, I just feel clearer, I just feel like confident, I don't feel like I have to impress. I feel like I can validate myself and not need to get it anywhere else. Do you know what I mean? I think that's an important like life thing to learn, but to learn it at a young age, honestly, you set for life, bitch. Because people literally like they could be 50 years old and only like coming to themselves. Look at Caitlyn Jenner, you
Yeah,
know.
it was great. But that's the thing, like I feel like, you know, even I was reading yesterday or today, someday, the like backstory cut short. Sorry, I always make a long story long. But basically, saw a voodoo queen in New Orleans in 2016, and I was reading the notes again. And basically, she said by the time you're like 27, 28, you'll figure out shit and to just carry on being yourself. And I think that's what I look forward to, the fact that there's still so much learning I can do. Because with each year, and I'll definitely say from like, let's say, 19, like once I left school, from 19 onwards, so I'm 22 now. So the past like 2, 3 years have very much been years of like feeling that each year there's a growth and that I'm happy with it and that I can look back on myself and Zianda in 2018, Zianda in 2019. Okay, maybe not 2019, that was a bit too soon, and 2020's been shit, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Zianda 2017, 2016,
Okay.
and be like, in those moments, I felt like I was the fullest me I could be, but clearly there was still more growth that I could have done. And that's also what I love about being queer and appreciate about it, is that, you know, we very much have the space to find ourselves throughout all these years. And, you know, each year it's kind of like you find more and more out about yourself, even if you're not aware of it.
Right. Because I think like the lens we take on as queer people, like it's definitely different from a heteronormative point of view. Like we are sort of like put like on the outside box in a way. But
Yeah.
as you get older, you realize that like the only people that are putting you out are like the people around you. You can be like the center of the world, you know what I mean? And I think like, oh, weird. That's
People
just
always,
what I'm going to do.
no, but it's that thing of like, I don't know, as queer people, you're always going to be told that you're doing the most and that you're always being like rah, 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 you know? But it's even like, I don't know, I was listening to Blood Orange yesterday, Negro's one, and there's the song Family and Jewelry where Janet Mark kind of starts the intros of both of them, and she speaks about queerness. And in the one, she speaks about how, you know, it's always a thing of people always say as a queer person, you know, being in a space, you're doing too much, you're taking up too much space, you're doing the most. But it's like, why would you want to do the least, you know? And it's like, the least is kind of like, why would you want to do the least? And like, is the person saying you do the most even doing enough? You know, like, are they even doing enough to be themselves? Because it feels like even
I,
got queer boxed in.
I wait, like, I don't feel like I'm
It's
doing the
tired.
most. I don't feel like I'm doing the most. I feel like I'm just like doing what I usually do, you know, like what I like. This is normal for me. It's like maybe not normal for any, like a lot of people, but like I feel comfortable with wearing a moon on my
Yeah,
head.
like making some oats in the morning looks, bitch. Like,
You know what I mean?
hello. Just close my door quickly. Give me a second.
Okay. You have reached the ad break of Queasy Baba's live interview. Earthbenders. Earthbenders. How's everybody doing? Oh my god. This is like, you know, we are in
Back,
quarantine.
back, back.
Everybody love and safety. Okay. And we're back.
With my queasy polo, let me just before
Oh,
while we're still on commercial, quick ad break to show off my queasy polo. Oh my god. Oh no, it's because it's charging, that's why.
oh my god, you still have it.
Of course, literally it's my pillow that I use.
Ugh, I love you
It's
for that,
pillow.
baby.
So, back to
I,
me.
I just
Enough
adds
about
like,
that.
it just adds like a little to your room. Do you know what I mean? Like
Exactly. A little
a,
glitter, a little sparkle.
a little sparkle.
And hi
So,
to everyone. Hi guys.
how's everybody? How's everybody doing? So, I also wanted to. We got a question from Yaish. Um, the question is,
Hi.
what are your thoughts like on the fashion industry in South Africa, maybe even in Cape Town, presently? Oh yeah, maybe we can discuss that.
Okay. Okay.
I mean,
What
we
are my
can go back
thoughts?
and forth on it because, like,
What are my
yeah,
thoughts um on the fashion industry? So when you talk fashion industry, are we talking the clothes or the whole kind of thing as a whole?
let's maybe talk about designers showing at Fashion Week, representation, what kind of
Um,
fashion shown. That
okay. Okay. Oh, okay. What are my thoughts? I have a lot of thoughts, so let me think what my thoughts are. Big, so I always have a lot to say.
okay.
Um, I think the industry is still very much the fact. When I'm looking at the fashion industry, I think mostly of, let's say, Fashion Week, because that's where you see everything being placed, and that's where you mostly see it. I know you see it on social media, but mostly like the showcasement of the range and collection is on Fashion Week. And as much as people will say it's just about the clothes, like the focus is also on the models and is also on, because like I feel like the models also and wearing the clothes, they say a lot about the image or what the brand is trying to think or trying to convey, you know? And I think with it often still being very much the tall men kind of things, it's like it's like an open gap in the market in a sense that, you know, they have these openings for other people who are different, but it's still very much going to be the same look overall. You know, it's like you'll have these castings, for example, and it'll be like a very basic role of a man in his 20s. And then you'll get there, for example, and it'll be like all these guys who are like, let's say maybe 2 years older than you, but they literally look like they could be 30 years older than you. Like these men are grown. You're like, bitch, what you eating? It's like
Men,
what Americans eat when they just become so big so fast, you know?
rare.
That's it. And I feel like there very much could be still space added for other looks of people. And in terms of like the people who are designing, I think it's very good and I do enjoy it. Um, but I feel like it's still the rich people who have money and who have the backing who end up being on the names, you know? And
Yeah.
the street line kind of brands are supported by the homies, and that's often where it ends. Like,
Right.
if someone is going to be 19 and making their own clothing brand, you know, it's going to be supported by the friends, but it's not going to have that big, I don't know, there's no kind of middle, maybe meeting block where it's like, I'm up here, you down there, let's talk, let's kind of,
There's like a disconnection. There's a disconnection between like what's actually happening in fashion. For example, like Lucanio and Tebe.
yeah.
Um, uh, and then like maybe like other brands like Selfie, for example, that are actually like making clothes that people actually wear and buy, versus
Yeah.
the um, bigger designers, the older designers that are like making clothes that like don't connect to anybody. Maybe they
Who the, who's
like,
wearing Kurt?
but
Yeah, I'm
but it's
sorry.
not actually speaking to like, you know what I mean.
Your side.
It's like I don't want to wear that. um, so yeah, I feel like there's a big disconnect between that and also like where it's sold and like how it's put out there. Because the thing is, like, people would like invest in designer clothes if it like, I don't know, if it
It's
was like
difficult.
a
We're in
bit
South
more
Africa.
affordable or I don't know, something. There's just like,
Yeah. I think also just being in South Africa makes it difficult, you know? It's like, because the designers are spending a lot of money into making their clothes and they're paying people and all that, you know? And that means that the prices often do have to be high. But then it's like in South Africa, and most people would like the clothes, but they won't be able to necessarily spend 950 on a shirt, for example, you know? And it's things like that. It's like that middle gap. Then there needs to some way be some sort of middle gap. But I think it's also it's more than just the designer and the customer. That's more like the government and the people who are dealing with economy, how money is being actually dealt with in South Africa. That's where it all goes to. But in terms of like that conversation, yeah, I feel like it is difficult for them to meet because it's like who can afford, you know, to be paying this much for a thing. And that's why when like, you know, Woolworths had their like brand collaboration thing, that was nice because, you know,
yeah,
then everyone could, let's say, be wearing Woolworths slash rich, you know, on their body because it's from Woolworths and it's rich. And it's that kind of meeting point that I'm talking about, you know? But it's Woolworths not going to be like endorsing just anyone. So it's that kind of thing of like a market. And I feel like this whole, the creative side of life, it's like, I don't know. I feel maybe I'm looking at it from just a Cape Town point of perspective and view, because that's mostly what I can tell from. But it's like the pools, you know. There's always these pools, and it's like it's how you can be in these pools, and yeah.
Wait, fabulous. Yeah, Ish, you heard. Uh, South Africa, you heard, pay and like collaborate. I wanted to ask you, what are like the top 5 things that you want to do, and what are like 5 things that you like miss
Okay.
about like while you're in quarantine? Like, what do you miss about like the outside world, and like what do you want to do? What are like the 5 things you want to do? Oh, wait.
Okay. Things I miss. I miss. I'm missing my friends. I'm missing my friends so much. Like, I'm very much a friends bitch. Like, my friends are, you know, like my heart, my family, my loves, you know. And I just
Yeah,
miss being around because I feel like it's a good transfer of energy, which I miss. I miss just little things I've taken for advantage, you know, like the fact that I walk everywhere. Like every day I'm always walking, you know,
yeah.
and it's like that's the way I can take photos and stuff, and that's the way I can listen to music and just be my thoughts. Like I miss that a lot. Um, I just miss how busy Cape Town is because it's like it's a busy ass town, and lately it's just been a ghost town,
Yeah.
and
Have
that
you?
just makes me feel kind of scared to be here.
You're in Mowbray.
Mm.
Have you been going to like the shop where like which shops have you been going to? Have you been like going for like little have you been going out at all?
I mean, I've been going to the shops, and that's mostly been my excuse to get out. So like I'll walk to the Pick and Pay in Rondebosch, and that's like a 10-minute walk. So at least I have those 10 minutes to be out. And then I'm in the shops, and often I get high as shit before I go. So then I'm walking. It's cute. It's nice. I'm listening to music. I'm bopping. You know, it's just having a good old time.
Oh, okay.
and then
Oh,
I'm like, and then I'm standing in Pick and Pay high as shit, just like observant of just like there's people around me and like the distance, and I have my mask on, and I'm also high as shit, and it's just like, you know, it's just like it's a
you're
lot, you
like,
know,
where
it's like
am I?
you know, it's like, oh my god, bitch. So yeah.
Oh,
I
where?
also
Yeah.
sorry, and I'm getting sidetracked, so I'm trying to stay on your questions before I sidetrack myself. Um, what else do I miss, or what do I want to do? When I get back, let's do that. When I get back, I want to play a DJ set. I want to play a motherfucking DJ set.
Loud.
I wanna fucking play a DJ set. That's the one thing I want to do. Just the energy, I miss it so much. The energy of DJing, the energy
Wow.
from the couch to the energy of playing bops. It's just like, that buzz. I
I
miss
miss
that. That's
I
what I
miss,
want to do.
yeah, I miss the people. I miss like that because when you're on stage and you're DJing, like you you and the people are like you're both carrying each other. Do you know what I mean? If it's good.
Mm.
And now like because well, I I've been DJing like via Instagram Live, and
How is that?
it's weird. It's weird because nobody's like woo, you know, like you're the person that's going woo. You know what I mean? So like, yeah.
Come on, bitches, what do you think?
Go on, Queezy, go off, bitch. Yes, bitch. You know, like it's kind of weird. But my first time it was fucking like weird. But the second time I felt a bit more comfortable in it because because it felt like I was connecting with my own music again. I was actually listening to the music I was playing properly.
Yeah.
Like you're not, you know, when you DJ and you have an hour set, so you're basically rushing, for example. Um, this time it feels a bit more like thought out. I don't know. That's just like how I feel. But tell me, yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'm reading the comments quickly.
In
Um,
a Zoom DJ session.
okay, period. I actually need to get Zoom. I think
Okay.
I should.
Thank you. We gonna do that soon. Maybe you can do it back to back via Zoom.
House party DJ said.
Okay.
The connection got blurry when there's two people on. Anyways, what else I want to do? I want to have sex. Missing it, need my brag broken, need to roll my eyes back,
Yeah.
need something in my mouth, need to just, feel something. Just, I've been having so many sex dreams lately. It's a problem.
Yeah.
Take your medication, Roman.
Oh my God, no, I've been feeling super weird. Like, I mean, I've been like helping myself, but
Of course, but it's like,
it's not the same like when a person, like, you know, it's not the same.
I need
So
my hand. Like, give me
there's
something
only
new.
so I'm running out of Latin shit to watch. Like, I watched all of them already.
The stories, they hide, the girth, everything. It's like, the same old, men all the same.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I fucking think. I'm like, when I come out of here, I'm gonna devour all of y'all. Yeah.
What else do I want to do? I want to see my mom. I miss my mom so, so, so much. I want to go back home to Kailicha, see my mom, spend time with her. Actually spend time in Kailicha.
Did you go? Did you go? Did you go see your mom? Did you go see your mom during this time?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
But I want to. That's what I want to do when I come back. Not everyone dying of our sexiness.
Okay. Shout out to mommy. One of the people. There's a question here. What do you guys think about guys getting naked on the internet? I'm
Make your
bored.
money.
Make your money, girls. Get your cash. OnlyFans. You can make on OnlyFans. You can literally like make 1,000 rand from like just talking to someone like this. You don't have to take your clothes
My
off.
thing is, how do people find you? I don't want to be like, hey guys, the link to my twat is here on WhatsApp status.
Yeah.
Like I need this. I need. I need. I need there to be some sort of like worldly connection phase where it's like a club on OnlyFans club, where you just go on and people from all over the world see you, they see your twats, and they're like, cool, I want that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be, in the family group chats, be like, hey guys, here's a link.
Yeah, this is the thing with OnlyFans. Like the people that like make big money on OnlyFans have like already a big following, like on Twitter. They have like big followings on Instagram and like Snapchat. I think it's Snapchat as well. It's like American vibes. But like it's like as much as I'm nasty and freaky, I don't know how will it impact my career. Like Kim got it right, and Paris got it right, but they like
they're white women.
they're white women. Like we might be in the sun or something.
QUEEZY the poopy site. The headline. I see it. I see it in the stars. Okay. Korea. Yeah, but you are right in that sense. But I think it also has to. Sorry, I'm literally picking orange out of my teeth. I think it has to do with the greater question of like sex work and how it's seen in South Africa and the legalization of it and also the perceptions of it, because if it can be seen as something where, for example, it's legalized, then OnlyFans would be a good, let's say, medium for a lot of people to go, which could also lead to them not being killed and, all of the shit, so jobs would maybe have to kind of get with that, but I'm also being realistic and being like, a lot of these jobs are going to be like old white men, so these niggas are not going to be like, oh, you needed money for a blunt and what your shitty white wine, so you made an OnlyFans. I get that. They're not going to be like that, so it's, yeah.
I think exactly, like, I guess the perception of like...
Oh, I'd say you seem to know the tea, bitch. You'd actually be surprised how many gay South Africans are getting you in the download. Okay, bitch, you are here giving us the topic, you are giving us the tea, and you're giving us the link. Thank you, Ati.
It's on the DL.
Bitch, that's cool. It's
Let's
actually interesting how many South Africans media two different entities at times. That is tea.
Okay, guys on the DL, go. Guys, PL. How's your experience been?
It's been tiring. I'll say that. Um, uh, yeah, it's been it's been annoying, and I mean now I'm kind of not at peace with it, but I'm more understand the reasoning behind it and the reasoning why, for example, I had been I don't want to say target, but why I had been involved in it a lot, and the kind of people I attract, and the reasoning of why they view me as the one to try it out with. Um, I'm being very vague and broad here, so let me have another cigarette so I can chat. Okay, basically, I don't know. I feel that South Africa is a very homophobic country still, and households are still very like religious in South Africa. So I understand the terms of why not a lot of people have the privilege and the safety and opportunity to come out. But within that, my thing then goes to it's not okay that people are purposely being aware of what they're doing by using queer people as like a first time, as a trial version, as a what's the word?
Yeah, yeah,
Experience.
I,
Experience.
I
Yeah,
get that. But I do feel like a lot of the time I do feel like I'm the tester of like your little fantasy, and then you go back to your girlfriend or whatever.
yeah.
Because the thing is like, I mean, if it's a hookup, then that's cool. But don't be like, oh my god, I like you so much, and like all this stuff, and then like hurt my feelings in the process, and then go
And
back to your girl. Like,
exactly, and it's very weird because it's like I don't know, you have to deal with a lot of their internalized homophobia. So if it's very much like, oh, it'll be on their terms. For example, I, I, I'm losing my tongue here. For example, I remember like a recent experience which happened where I was just like, I just laughed at it. I was at your street looking cute as shit, hot as shit you know,
oh,
as I used to when we were had a reason to dress up and go to the outside world. But anyways, so I was there and I was at the loop one, and there was this guy who was giving me eyes the whole time, and I was like, he's either trying to kill me or he's trying to fuck me. Um, it was like just like a white guy evil stare. And throughout the whole night, he was just getting up close to me. He was like being handsy with me, but I was like, you haven't said shit to me, so I'm not gonna be the first one to make the move because you put yourself in a very vulnerable situation, and I feel like my pride sometimes gets the best of me, and I don't want to be like, I don't know, pied in the face over the shit. So
right.
basically, the course of the night, he's like trying to just like do shit and make advances. And then it gets to a point where I'm at the bathroom, and then he like comes trying to follow me and he's trying to take me in with him. And then I was just like, what is this? And then he was just like, oh no, no, like don't speak English. I'm like, girl, you lucky you Spanish. And then we downstairs, and then I face
You
him,
you
and
got
then like
all the
he
way
acts
up
like he doesn't know
there.
me or doesn't see, and it's that type of thing. It's like he doesn't want to be seen now in public, speaking to me because, what will people think? And it's like that kind of thing. It's like, bitch, you're not gonna creep up on me when I'm like trying to go to the bathroom and use that as like, bitch, I'm sorry. Think of romantic movies, think of romance movies and how unrealistic they are. But let's think of there's always a crucial plot line, and that's always the guy swoops the woman off her feet. Bitch, how are we gonna tell people you were trying to spice me in the fucking bathroom now?
I would, I would like a bed. I would
How did
like
y'all meet?
I would like a bed with some nice linen sheets. I would also like some ice cream in the daylight. Do you know what I mean? Like,
And that's the thing. It's like it's become a thing of like me realizing, like for example, even like with let's say with my ex boyfriends, it'll be a thing of like it all kind of has the same kind of undertones to it, and that's them being shy, and I'm their first whatever it is, and it's like it ends up with them kind of like realizing that like, oh shit, I really like this person, and like feelings, and like really actually like the things that I think I'd only feel for a woman, I'm feeling for another guy. And then it becomes a thing.
Plot twist.
Plot twist? Oh, shit! What do you think, dummy? But it's become a thing of like, with each of them, I feel like I've been able to learn more of myself and what I do and don't want. And it's also led to when I do, for example, encounter these guys who are gay on the down low or bisexual on the down low or just using you, it's a thing of like, I'm picky, but I feel like it's because I know what I want and what I deserve. I feel like I'm learning it more, you know? And maybe at other times I wasn't like putting my best interests at heart and I was just like, oh my God, this guy's into me, you know, when all this happened, let me just, you know, slob on the knob. But now it's a thing of like, I know what I deserve and, you know, I know what it should be like, and it shouldn't be like this. Like, no nigga should be trying to figure you, you know, in the bottom line type of thing. You know, it's like you know what you need and what you deserve, and I feel like that's more what I see it as. But I won't lie, there are those times when they are just beautiful. They give you the attention the right way. They're just, you know, doing it. But you have to be strong and say no.
You're like, no, I deserve better than this. I deserve a cashes at the waterfront.
Exactly. And it's just, I don't know. I sometimes feel like I just like maybe beat myself up about it sometimes when I feel like I'm speaking to a guy and I'm like, oh, okay, I understand why he's here. And I'm just like, how am I somehow falling back into this, I don't want to say trap, but it's like this kind of thing, you know, because it's like, I don't know, it's weird, it's complex.
Kind of recurring. It's recurring in a lot of straight men that are curious to...
Hi, like, everyone on your... Sorry, I'm seeing comments and I'm just chatting away. So, hi, everyone. Sorry. Yes,
hello,
you were saying? Hi, Laura.
It's by the way. It's so interesting, like, straight guys to, like, be curious and then, like, try it out, but then they get too scared to, like, go too far because they think that, like, if they date me, for example, then they queer. Do you know what I mean? You can still be you can still keep your label, baby. But
exactly. But that's the thing. I think they're just really scared of... It's that thing of straight privilege. And I think it's also that thing of, like, compulsory heteronormativity. And that thing of, like, I don't know, it's because there is such power of being straight, you know, it's like, you are normal, you are what everyone should be like, you know, it's like, in some senses, maybe if I had that power, I'd maybe understand losing it, but I don't, you know, and I feel like there is so much power in being too, but it's also, that's the thing I say, I'm like, whenever I feel bummed about this, and I'm like, oh, like, why do I not have a man? I'm just like, you know, I think it's also a thing of time and location. I think, you know, when I do go to, like, countries where, you know, they are privileged to have queerness as a thing which is celebrated, and that they'll probably be like first world countries because that's where they have it more, you know. When I do go there, I know...
Going to Europe, baby.
Period.
See you guys in Europe.
When I'm there, I know they're gonna eat me up, and I know I'm gonna be tasting the international cuisines of the world. But at the moment, I'm just stuck in raggedy Cape Town, which is run by raggedy whites who don't know how to deal with their raggedy emotions. So that's what it's with. So, you know, it's raggedy. Just raggedy. Word of the day, raggedy.
Yeah, just take me by the hand and treat me nice. Be nice.
No, definitely. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on the down lows.
I love that. Cape Town is super interesting in that way that, like, in the party scene, for example, we experience the guys on the down low, like, more often, and, like, I actually feel like guys in Cape Town are, like, the fruitiest I've ever seen guys, but also the most scared in a way. Because, like, we've literally had experiences, like, you know, we've seen guys, we've gone to festivals, we've seen guys, like, just, like, be curious.
Oh, festival guys. Bitch, that's an MD in Vegas. I mean, an MD in Vegas. A weekend in Vegas. They literally take that MD and they're like, hi, I'm a whole new person.
And I'm gonna kiss you, and I'm gonna be free. Like, I feel like that's always fun, but it's not.
Not sustainable.
It's not sustainable.
You
Yeah.
can't take it home with you. You can't take Festival Vegas weekend dick home with you.
Aware. I know it's super, super, super crazy. Aware, but
But yeah, I think it's also the thing that and you will know it well. It's that like Cape Town is very much like the boys group, the boys squad. It's very much the boys squad city, and it's like the boys squad city boys can't leave their squad, and often there'll be that one cutie who you're trying to get to, but all he knows is his city boys. And when
all
you're
the
the city girl trying to get with the city boy, you can't get the city boy when there's the city boys. If that makes sense. This is me speaking now, but I'm making sense to myself. And city boys need to know to fuck off, or city boy needs to know how to leave their city boys and be with a city girl.
like me or you.
Because that's the thing. I want to be talking to your whole crew. I don't give a fuck about your whole crew.
I just care about you and your deep.
Period.
And sometimes, baby, it's not even that deep. Like, sometimes I do just want to just kiss, or maybe we just want to cuddle. Maybe I don't want to date you. Do you know what I mean? It's just like
and
anybody else you're making.
We need to talk about that too. Straight guys thinking that a bit of interest from a queer person means that they want to date you. It's like,
Oh, weird.
It's like,
even if, like, what I also find, which is also kind of weird about them, is that like even if you say, like, they give you a compliment or whatever, and you're like, oh my god, thank you, then they stop talking to you or something. Have you had that experience? I have that experience. Like, the guys think I'm like super into them. I'm like, no, babe, I just said
that way. I told you, I'm not gay, bro. And I'm
like if they start enjoying your conversation, they're gonna turn into like a fairy or something,
That's the thing. The girls are scared of the fags because they're scared they're gonna become one. And thing is, sorry, camera angle. But it's that thing. It's just like, it's so boring. It's just like, how tired, But yeah, that's why we surround ourselves with the ones we love and the queers, and like also just, I think, knowing and understanding what you deserve and what you need. I think even as a straight person or as a queer person dating another queer person, just understanding like what you deserve and what you actually want. Because I feel like a lot of times in relationships you can compromise yourself, and compromise like a lot of yourself to maybe not scare the other partner away, or to not kind of like, those type of things,
Yeah, I know it is super weird. I've been thinking a lot about monogamy, and like sort of like what I want for my next relationship, because I've been in a monogamous relationship before, and then we ended up being in an open relationship, and then it got like a bit twisted. Do you know what I mean? But I want you to say, Zianda, we have 1 minute left.
What up?
Did an hour
go by? Okay, sure.
That's crazy, yeah. But okay.
That's an hour.
We have an hour, we have 1 minute. But I just wanted to say thank you, Queen. Thank you for being amazing. This went by way too fast. And I love you. Everybody, check out the Queen. She's going to be DJing soon. She's going to be art directing, creative directing your life. Check her out.
Period. Thank you so much for having me, QUEEZY. Thank you for this.
I love you.
Bye, it was just
I'll call you now.
Yeah. Love you.
Love you. Smoke it up.
I definitely will. Bye.